So, continuing the conversation that I was talking about, changing the story in your head. One thing that we do that a lot of us don't realize that we do, we distract ourselves from the story and think that's changing the story. And here's what I mean. We can distract ourselves with relationships, distract ourselves with being around other people. That gets us off of our story in our head. And what I mean by that is a lot of us are afraid to be alone, because when you are alone, you begin to deal with the story. And a lot of us don't want to deal with that story. So a lot of us want to escape. And, you know, a lot of people talk about drugs and alcohol as an escape. That's your high. But so can relationships. So, like, you can be in a relationship, and the beginning of that relationship, that's kind of like your high. You know, that's your high when you're in that relationship in the beginning. But then you come down and you get back to reality. And it's just like, you know, drugs and alcohol. It may distract you momentarily from that story that you're dealing with, but the reality of it is you eventually come back to the story. And a lot of people don't want to be sober. A lot of people don't want to be without anybody. A lot of people don't want to be in that space where you got to deal with yourself, where you got to deal with your story. Because most of us, and I'll say all of us, I won't say most of us, but all of us have work to do on ourselves. And the work we have to do is tough. And so we would rather distract ourselves from the work that we need to do on ourselves with people, with drugs, with TV. Like, a lot of things are distractions. The internet, all these different things take us away from our life and our issues. And so we've got to deal with our own story, and our own story may not be where you want it to be, but it's never going to change by distracting yourself. So deal with the story. Understand that you can change the story. Don't put the pencil in somebody else's hand to write your story. You are the author and you are the star. It's your story and it's your life. Change it.